Now that the NBA season is officially over, I think it's safe to say we can all agree that the NBA Finals was much better than we anticipated. I mean, I expected the Finals to be a sleeper. I expected it to be done in 5 or 6 games. I thought OKC could even sweep Indiana, but Game One changed everything, and we saw that shifted the whole momentum of the entire series. I mean, it was a great series, I thought. I mean, again, I was hating partially because the Knicks weren't there. I wanted the Knicks to be there, but I couldn't help but tune in every game because, Indiana's the kind of team that's just really going to keep clawing away, and they're never going to go away. They're never going to be out of it until the final buzzer sounds. And speaking of the Pacers, Rick Carlisle, what a hell of a job he did with his team. Arguably his greatest coaching job, and he won a championship in 2011, so that's saying a lot. I think he got the most out of this team. I mean, they were expected to probably go past the first round, maybe, and then get eliminated by the Cavs in the second round. But they were phenomenal all year. Tyrese Halliburton, hate that he went out the way he went out because he looked like he was about to have a performance of a lifetime last night, and unfortunately went down with Achilles injury. Pascal Siakam, just phenomenal. You look at TJ McConnell, he's another one, an unsung hero, somebody that does everything that you need that doesn't really show up on the scoreboard. Just a great, great effort. I know next year is gonna be a little bit different not having Holly there, but I think they'll be back in some sorts. Maybe they'll get a key free agent or they'll make a trade, but they should kind of keep this group together. But OKC got it done. A lot of times they always say you hear young teams don't win. OKC's age is what, average 24? 24.2 if we're being technical and mathematical to the T. They're the second youngest team in league history to win behind the 77 Trailblazers. That was Bill Walton and Lionel Hollins. If you go back from Bill Walton had the big redhead and he beat Dr. J. They came back from being down 0-2. But this is a phenomenal team. And they're loaded. They're loaded. They got that young core, Jalen Williams. They got Chet. And then, of course, you got SGA, who's MVP. Then you got Lou Dort, and then you got Alex Caruso coming off the bench. They got a really good crew. Let's not forget they got a ton of first-round picks. If I'm not mistaken, they got 8 first-round picks over the next 5 drafts and 12 second-round picks. So they're just phenomenal. Of course, Sam Presti is just, as far as GMs go, he's in that upper echelon. He's finally crossed that threshold. He's got a championship now. So he's not just going to be somebody that can really put a team together and a team that really can't get it done. His team finally got it done. I mean, he's been with the organization since they were, 2007. The Seattle run, and then coming over to OKC, they went to a championship. They lost KD. They ended up trading Russ, and they ended up trading PG. Got a ton of draft picks back, and it ended up working out for them. And they're going to be in the hunt for a long time. I know people like to talk about dynasties, but we know it happens all the time. This is the 7th straight year we've had a different NBA champion. Nobody's repeated or nobody's won it again in that 7-year span, and the former champions. So we don't know what's going to happen, but I do know OKC is here to stay. They've got a lot of assets. So whether or not they can use that to package it to get another player in, they're gonna probably sign SGA and Chet and Jalen Williams, their core, to some contract extensions this offseason. So they'll more than likely be back in the hunt. But shout out to them for really getting it done. It was a close series. At times looked like they wouldn't win it, but they pulled through and they made it happen. And they just, great team, great young team, and they're gonna be here for the long haul, I